we can probably agree though that I
Yeah.
mean, with the billions of dollars in eRate, the infrastructure, it seems like we're at a point where there's more money than there's ever been, period.
Absolutely.
So, but I've also, if you depends on, what you read, you can also say there's all this money, but there's two issues. One, the money's not being actually given out, right? It sits with Treasury or it's not being flowing to the fast. But also just, I guess, for both of you, I mean, now that the money's there, both from eRate and infrastructure and grants, all these things, what is your advice to these school systems, to these cities? How do they, I mean, it is work. It's not like it's not work to try to do filings, to try to figure things out, to talk to the right manufacturers or partners, or what technology do I use? Do I use this, this box over here or this box over here? Do I partner? Like, for somebody who's, even if they've got an IT director, have a CIO, or they have somebody in these systems, it's still not simple, right?
No.
So
I think
Couldn't agree more.
with anything like that, Nick, I think you really got to rely on experience if you want to go fast, right? I mean, like a company like Jim has, he's been doing this, forever, right? So I just think about it like this too, like the same thing with like getting your car done, right? Or if you have something mechanical problem, you take it in, you could go to a cheaper mechanic, but they may have to learn. It may take them some time to figure it out. And we believe that from a technology standpoint, we believe that you can figure most stuff out, but what's the opportunity cost, right? If it takes you, 6 months longer to provide for a network deployment that people can actually use, then that's 6 months of an opportunity cost of someone getting a job, of someone making their grades, of not skipping another semester in school, right?
Or staying out of the system, or whatever that may be.
Exactly, Jim. Great point, right? So that's one of the things. Been there, done that is something. I just think, when there is a lot of money like this, there's always an opportunity for someone to try to do something they're not, qualified to do, because that's where the money is. Yeah. So I think everyone's kind of watch out for that, right?
Yeah. And there are great resources out there as well. There are manufacturer programs that will put you together with a grant resource and tell you exactly what you're eligible for in your locale and based on your entity. And oftentimes those are the initial, consultation and the list of grants that you're potentially available. Their opportunities for you are free consultations, and the manufacturers are more than willing to do that because they're putting skin in the game at this point. So, I would suggest that there's lots of resources out there for the utilization of the funding that's out there. And some of it's just flat out free money. If you take $250 billion and divide that by 50 million kids, which is roughly the number of K-12 students we have in the United States at a given point in time, roughly 50 million, 55 million. There's some that are homeschooled, et cetera. That equates to $5,000 a kid. That goes a long ways.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of PPE, but it also buys a lot of infrastructure on a per kid basis. And then on top of that, there's things like the new emergency broadband benefit program, which was the low income support mechanism. That's just been expanded and reintroduced with additional funding. So there's other resources to help with folks get to where they need to be.